in one of the most remote places on Earth, an outback mining town, hundreds of kilometres from the nearest capital city.
Couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
Broken Hill's emergency department
Do you have any beds available?
copes with the extraordinary.
Snake bites, mining injuries, farm accidents.
Its patients are those tough enough to call this harsh place home.
I was lucky, I lost the leg. I'm still here.
Each day brings the devastating lows.
And I fear one day that it might fit and that's the end.
You go home and you question, was there anything else I could have done?
And remarkable highs.
Thank you very much.
But every now and then you get to be a hero, save someone's life, and that's a really good feeling.
Thank you, thank you.
That can only come when you live in the middle of nowhere.
I'm used to working in big urban city hospitals from the UK and in Sydney, where you can get access to specialist teams' opinions 24 hours a day. It's completely different here.
We see all sorts of things here that you wouldn't see in the city. We get guys falling off of horses, we get snake bites, we've even had guys fall out of the sky in their gyrocopters.
I just got the call and my son said, you have to go and get Liam, he's hit an emu. I got there and from the distance I could see the bike and then I saw him lying alongside the bike and the emu was obviously dead on the road. Probably a few seconds or minutes before I actually saw him turn his head towards me.
22-year-old station hand Liam was knocked unconscious after his motorbike collided with a tearaway emu, 65 kilometres out of Broken Hill.
Anything can happen when an animal's involved.
Can you tell me actually what happened? Do you remember how you came off and how you felt?
Yeah, going from one paddock to another, up the main road, coming up a sandy bank kind of thing, and then out of nowhere, doing about 80, and then an emu came running out, just smashed into the side of it and just went tumbling over for about 15, 20 metres.
Did you land outstretched on your arms or on your head? You can't remember?
Oh, no, I was just tumbling.
OK.
Yeah.
Liam goes out with our daughter and he was out of work, so we employed him as a station hand. So, yeah, he lives at home with us.
I'm just going to have a closer look at your ankle. Now, you said to the nurse it felt numb in between your toe there.
Yeah, like,
feels a bit different.
Feels like that's heaps cold.
Yeah, it is. I'm a bit worried about it. I'm not going to move it too much from here. I'm going to send you for an urgent X-ray and then we'll go from there. I think we might have to manipulate it a little bit because your blood supply is just a bit impaired.
It seems today the vast outback just isn't big enough. A second motorcyclist is rushed into hospital after a nasty run-in with yet another iconic Australian animal.
I was riding to work and then ended up seeing Kangaroo and I hit it head on. Easy, 110 to 120 kilometres. I hit the ground pretty hard. My mate reckons I got thrown a good 50 metres from my bike, sliding along the bitumen and that.
He has problem with his right shoulder, left foot, and he feel pain on both knees and also in the right lower inferior side of the abdomen. He said that he lost his consciousness and he has painful spines on the neck. So usually we need to clear that by CT scan for both brain, neck, and also for abdomen and chest.
80 to 100 kilometres an hour is pretty fast, so at that kind of speed you can do all sorts of damage. I guess it depends on what takes the brunt. Limbs tend to heal pretty well and don't cause too much damage to the trunk, but if you hit your head or something serious inside your chest or abdomen, it could be lights out.
It's sort of given me a bit of a scare, because I'm pretty lucky. If I didn't have my helmet on, I would be dead.
You just got a phone call from Central Dispatch in Dubbo from the ambulance saying that there's a lady coming in. She's unconscious.
We all had some type of virus, a flu virus, and we could see that she was becoming weaker and she'd gone off her food. Once she goes off her food, you know that there's something wrong.
Let's get her 2 grams of flu clox. I think she's grossly septic. She's mottled in the legs. Yes. She's peripherally cold to the hips. We've got a 74-year-old lady who I believe has got severe sepsis, a severe infection. The concern was that just examining her, she's very, very cold, all the way to the shoulders and up to the hips, and she's got a dreadful colour in her legs. That's a sign of shock. Her blood pressure is in her boots. It's only 56/30, so I've managed to get a big cannula on her. We've hit her with high dose of antibiotics. We're now going to give her a whole bunch of fluid. The worst case scenario with her blood pressure being so low is that we could lose her. She could die. Hello, Joan. Hi, I'm Phil, one of the doctors here. Okay, can you hear me at the moment? Okay. If you can hear me, can you just squeeze my finger on the right side? Can you hear me?
Because she has dementia, it's very hard to tell when she is sick because she can't tell you, and you don't know if she's in pain. Not everybody could tell, I don't think. You have to know her.
Okay. I have elderly parents who are in their 80s, so when an elderly patient comes in critically unwell, it's difficult not to think that this could be my mother or my father lying there. I do try to make very clear that I would treat this patient the way I would like my parents to be treated should they be in a similar situation. Okay, so blood results. I mean, we just got a raised white cell count. There's no evidence of pneumonia on the chest X-ray.
Why the shutdown?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Fits the sepsis. So.
Yeah, it does fit sepsis. Yeah. It's an odd pattern for infection, though. Don't you think?
So it's not quite fitting.
It does.
A bit of unfolding of the aorta.
It's not normal tissue here.
It was very frustrating. Joan's symptoms all pointed to a very serious infection, but we couldn't pinpoint the exact problem. I mean, she's definitely dehydrated. But, I mean, I'm still thinking sepsis or whatever cause. I mean, I was putting my money on chest. But, look, the blood gas out of interest, the PO2 was 195, the PCO2 was low. She was blowing it off. We were concerned whether there may be a bleed of the main vessel coming off her heart, the aorta. A bleed on the aorta in a lady of this age and in a remote location is catastrophic.
What did you do to yourself?
Oh, I hit an emu on my motorbike.
Joking, really?
About 80 k's.
Did they tell you there was a bloke here as well?
Yeah, I was...
Kangaroos. Wildlife.
Oh, no.
Bloody feral.
And they come out of nowhere.
No, yeah, I bet. Emus are the worst. Stupid, those things.
I know. I've had a couple of them.
18-year-old Logan present today to the emergency because he hit a kangaroo on the motorbike accident. So we have got all these pictures, the CT scans and the X-rays. And the good thing that the CT scan of the head, neck, chest and abdomen showing no pathology and no fractures and no bleeding and nothing wrong with the internal organs. On the left foot, can you see this small chip of bone here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what's called a fracture of the proximal phalanx or the big toe.
So that's what's causing all this pain in the
Yes. It's a small bone but causing, yeah, a lot of pain. He's lucky. The good thing he was wearing his gear, protective gear, so it's a good thing.
So Logan will ride again. But what about Liam, our emu victim?
Your X-ray is completely normal.
Yeah.
You've got no fracture of your ankle.
Yeah.
The 2 bones that run down the side of your leg, kind of make up the lower leg, are completely fine, which is, we're suspicious that you might have fractured those, which is very common with that type of injury.
Yep.
I was very surprised to find that
Liam had not had a significant injury from his accident. For him to walk away with just a bit of a sprained ankle, essentially, is remarkable.
I'd rather get kangaroo than emu, though.
You reckon? No. Nah. Kangaroos have got 4 paws to attack you with. Emu's only got 2 on a beat.
Yeah. You're not going to choose either. You'd rather not hit any.
Now the goats, if you give a horn or peep to the goats can escape, but the kangaroo just stays in you like that, and it's very difficult to avoid hitting him.
So when we put the boot on, it's going to push your foot up to that position, okay?
Some people have got theories about hitting a kangaroo is better than hitting an emu or vice versa, but I think in a motorbike accident you're so vulnerable and you're so unprotected that as soon as there's speed involved, the rock-hard bitumen is probably more of a problem for you. Those 2 boys were pretty lucky though.
And at the moment, do you need
10-year-old Imogen's also been the victim of some 2-wheel trauma, cutting a foot while riding a scooter.
That needs few stitches put in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some local anaesthetic first on the both sides there.
Okay.
Okay.
Will that sting?
The first couple of needles will sting, will cause pain, but I'll try my best to be very gentle. I'll try the smallest possible needle.
How sharp are the needles?
Needles, I'm not sure how can I grade the sharpness of the needles. The smaller the needle, less sharp they are. That's all I can tell you. And I'm going to use the smallest possible needle in this area.
Okay.
Before that, I'll give a good wash to remove any foreign body or anything like that. So you might feel a bit stinging.
Oh, I'm not stinging. Oh.
It's all right.
It's stinging.
It's all right.
Just
Keep
deep breaths.
breathing.
Deep breaths.
In through your
You're
nose.
okay,
and
you're doing
out through
very
your
well.
mouth.
You're doing very well so far.
Imogen, slow your breathing down.
Almost done, we're almost done.
Come on. It's
All right, it's going to be over soon.
All right, it's all done.
There we go.
How did it's all finished, darling?
I don't want the needles.
You'll be all right.
Anyway, here's a tissue.
First part is over. Just relax, just relax. You'll be all right. Brave girl.
Just relax. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start now.
I don't want to start now. I want to have a break. Right, love.
You're gonna be okay.
I want you.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, you ready?
No.
Right, you're going to count to 20 seconds and it'll be all over with.
Almost done, you're doing very well. Done.
3 seconds? Was quick. There we go. Right, that's all done.
Okay. You better not look here.
You won't feel it though, love.
Yeah.
You play your game. Play your game.
Oh my God, if you feel any pain, let me know. It's good.
Is it meant to feel numb?
Yes,
Love,
it does.
That's
yes.
what it does. That's why we said it's the first bit's the worst and then you'll be fine after that.
Yeah.
I was basically crying for basically nearly all of the whole thing.
Maybe one more, yeah.
Ow!
Sorry. It's done, it's done.
I've been in Broken Hill for over 2.5 years now. I've always wanted to be a doctor who can be a jack of all trades. And I thought, well, some place like Broken Hill, somewhere out in the country away from it all, is a place to do it. It is an isolated community. It's been a tough community over the years. They've had a lot of hardships. But whether I'll ever be a true local, it'll probably never happen. But I'm trying my best.
Yep, I'm watching.
74-year-old Broken Hill local Joan is critically ill. Baffled doctors have been unable to find the cause of her sudden deterioration.
G'day.
Hi, you're...
I'm good, thank you.
Hi, you're Christine, are you?
Yeah, as good as what I can be, I guess.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Philip Vito. So you can call me Philip or Phil or Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah.
One of the doctors.
Well, they just said I'll go and see what Dr. Phil's doing, and I thought it was a joke.
So where we are at the moment, she was cold, clammy, bluish mottled appearance on the legs too. So they had all the suggestions that there was a significant infection going on. So very low blood pressure, breathing rate was up, her pulse was a bit up. We put a drip in, got some bloods off and hit her with a lot of fluids and some high-powered antibiotics. So as we speak, she's just getting a scan of her head, chest and abdomen just to see if there's any clue there at the moment. So there's probably one thing I also need to ask, because she is very unwell, but if she does get worse, how far do you want us to go? Do you want us to do absolutely everything, or...?
No.
Okay.
No.
So if
I think she's had enough.
Okay.
I really do, yeah. Yes, Mum lived in Broken Hill all her life. When she married, she stopped working, and she had 2 children. Growing up with Mum was very special because she was always home for us, and that's what we were used to. Mum was very much a family woman. That's what you do. You sit home, you cook, you iron, you wash. Mum would even iron your underwear. Or if she found money in the pocket of your clothes, she would iron that and put that back in your pocket. Hello, darling. Hey? You going to come back to us, hey? Hey? Or have you had enough? Have you had enough of me, hey? Bossing you around too, hey? You look like your mummy laying there, you know. You've been dreaming about your mum, have you? Do you think it's your mummy's turn now, hey? To have you? You do, huh? You want to go and see your sisters, do you? Huh? But now 2 sisters have just passed away. The other sister just passed away in March, which was, you know, very sad. They were both in intensive care together. Mum was sick, and then only Shirley had a terrible fall, and they held hands as she passed away. And Mum come alert that day. We've never seen her so alert.
The daughter, Christine, has been phenomenal. She's been looking after her mum for 5 years. She has lifters and hospital beds at home, has been caring for her for all this time. So she's virtually been there 24 hours a day.
Everyone says sometimes, oh, I don't know how you do it. Well, it's very easy because it's just giving back not even a piece of what she gave us. She's the most beautiful mother.
The results that have come back, they're all okay. So her chest and abdomen are clear.
Yeah.
And all that it shows in the head is probably what you knew anyway, that she's had a few strokes. So nothing new.
Oh, okay.
So there's no bleed, nothing like that. Oh. But her blood results are really quite abnormal. So it's still some presumed infection, but it's also difficult because a few of her organs are affected. So her kidneys are affected, her liver's a bit affected.
Yeah.
But the fact that her blood pressure has been low, so I would say that her heart has been affected as well. So.
You go to ICU, okay? It's where they look after you properly, just like me.
In ICU, she gets virtually one-on-one care and very close observation. There's a good chance that whatever we may do may not be enough to save her.
In Broken Hill, you know, you're treated as an individual, as a person. It's not such a redneck mining town as it might have been 50 years ago or 100 years ago. People now know me as who I am, not what I am.
With the lights dimmed to ease her pain, a 48-year-old woman receives intravenous fluids as she battles the effects of a severe migraine.
G'day, how you going? How you
Hey,
going?
Peter.
Christy, isn't it?
Kirsty.
Kirsty, sorry.
Remember Thirsty Kirsty?
Thirsty Kirsty.
It's easy way to remember it.
Kirsty has suffered migraine since her teens, back when her life was very different.
I'm being referred at the moment to a neurologist to maybe get that new Botox.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Treatment.
Up the back of the neck.
I'm not sure. Hopefully it's across here because it'll make me look younger as well. To get rid of my headaches. That'd be nice.
Two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I'm pretty vain, Peter.
Everyone knows who she is in town. So, I mean, that means she's different. So, yeah, she's the original Priscilla, Queen of the Desert out here.
I was married for around 16 years. I had 3 daughters and I've got grandchildren as well. My children in their late 20s, and I got married very young.
Yeah.
And when I was about 33, that's when I started my change, and obviously the marriage broke up. My kids are very understanding of my transgender issues. My eldest daughter actually went to Thailand for 5 weeks with me when I had my sexual reassignment surgery. We had 5 weeks together.
So you've been in Broken Hill, what, 2.5 years, have you?
I originally come here in about 1999.
Yep.
I worked in maximum security jails. I was a tough screw, you know. I was renowned as one of the toughest screws in the system, and took over it as the boss of the jail here. And,
yep.
But in the meantime, I was turning into a girl, Peter.
Yeah.
And they didn't know. So one day,
They didn't know?
No, except my family.
Oh, okay.
And one day I rocked up to work in a dress.
How'd that go down?
I nearly had a heart attack, eh? I got flown immediately down to Sydney to see Ron Woodham, the toughest screw of all time, the then commissioner, and he listened to my life story, and Ron Woodham's a tough guy, and his tears coming down his eyes, and he goes, "Pardon the pun, Kirsty." He goes, "You've got the biggest balls in the department." And I go, "No, sorry, boss, not anymore." I drive yellow cabs. I love it for a number of reasons. Number one, I look awesome in yellow, you know, obviously with my yellow hair and brown skin. But you know, it's funny that the first 33 years of my life when I lived in a male body, I was an awesome driver. Since, you know, the last 14 years, my driving's really up to shit. And now I'm a professional driver. You know, that's what a paradigm shift that is.
Look, that's almost finished now, so I'll get you a drink of water and hopefully you tolerate it, and then hopefully we can get you home.
People might say, why is a transgender girl like Kirsty live in the outback of Broken Hill? That's because Broken Hill I feel safe. See ya. Thanks, Dar. And thank you. You're wonderful, Dar.
Take care. See you later.
Thank you. This should be the Rainbow City now, not the Silver City, I think. Hey, Dar, how are you?
Dr. Phil gave her 24 hours to live, so we all said our goodbyes to her. Then they started putting antibiotics into her, which brought her sugar down and her blood pressure started to go up, which you could see she was fighting. Oh, you've made my day, haven't you, hey?
Joan was moved to the medical ward 3 days later. I mean, that surprises me, but I love to have positive surprises like that because I did not expect that to happen.
You've got to keep your fluids, don't you, hey? Even if it is the only meal you eat today. Dr. Phil, he thinks she's a Wonder Woman to see that she's still here and getting as strong as what she can be. Here you go, lovey. One more. Like you can't count. One more. I don't really know if she does understand me talking to her, but it makes me feel good. But some things are going in because now and again she might open her eyes or she'll nod to me or give a smirky smile. So I think, oh, well, I'll keep going with this, and she's understanding something, so I just keep rambling on to her. We do need to do your nails, don't we, love, hey? She loves her nails done, don't you? And your granddaughter comes and has her nails done, and you have your nails done. And every Wednesday afternoon, all your sisters come and have coffee, don't they, hey? She proved us all wrong. She wasn't ready to leave me yet. You need a smoochie yet?
Next time on Outback ER.
We're going to a 4-year-old that's fallen off a jumping castle.
A Broken Hill barbecue becomes every parent's nightmare.
We treat spinal injuries very seriously.
Keith comes to grips with a circular saw.
I know I've lost a finger, but I don't know how many more I'm going to lose.
But he's not the only victim.
And my brother was there helping me, and I got him too.
I am in here because I have a sore bottom.
And Dr. Sandy gets to the bottom of an embarrassing problem.
Saw there.
Yeah.
Saw there.